All right, welcome back. It's 10:01 Nigerian time, and of course, let's go into our conversation for the hour. But just before then, let's go back to WhatsApp, where I see some of your messages are waiting from our conversation, and most of you have chosen to talk about subsidy. Here this morning, good morning, Sir El. My name is Osh from Abuja. Greetings to all Abuja residents. It's good to be back. Thank you so much. Sir El, news of fuel queue is scary as it will affect market prices. It is my hope that for once, policies will be geared towards helping the common man. And it says, great show. Thank you, Osh. Appreciate you. And Michael, all the way from Kuche, says removing fuel subsidy isn't the first thing to do. How can you stop a child from breastfeeding without making provision for the child? Interesting way you had to put your points there. All right, and that's it. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. And let's, as we continue to look into what happened, the inauguration, of course, the speech from the president, which has taken center stage, subsidy, among everything, has taken the center stage, and everybody talking about it from different angle and looking at it from different points of view. But let's take our eyes off Abuja a bit and let's go to Kano State. You can also join us via Facebook and YouTube Live this morning at Nigeria Info Abuja. At Nigeria Info Abuja. Nigeria Info Abuja on YouTube and on Facebook. You can join me live in the studio and drop a comment there, and I'll make sure to read it out loud and clear. And if you are yet to subscribe to the YouTube or like our Facebook page, to be honest, I don't know what you're waiting for, because it's FOC, it's free of charge, nobody's charging you, and you can hit on the notification bell so that you get notified anytime that we go live. Isn't it always an awesome experience to get a hold of anybody in the studio, watching via YouTube or Facebook? Of course, those who follow us on that platform know. But you can also join via the studio line or the WhatsApp portal. Whatever works for you this morning works for me too. Twitter is also the bird flying everywhere, so you can get a hold of Twitter at Nigeria Info ABJ, at Nigeria Info ABJ. And if it's your first time in Abuja and you tuned to Nigeria Info 95.1, you have just found yourself a new home. Stay there and enjoy every conversation. Trust me, if you don't enjoy any conversation here, ask me for your transport and I'll pay it. Well, it's all good. Let's look at Kano State. Looking at the inauguration in Kano State, the new governor in town. Looks like man already had his plan, his blueprint, and running. We'll start from every side of the conversation. From, the way the crowd that came out to Sani Abacha Stadium. And there is one saying in Kano that we say then, and I know that my Kanawa people still say that. Duk abunda kazo da shi mun fika, meaning whatever you come with to Kano, we have it more than you. If you come with trouble, we have it more than you. If you come with peace, we'll give you much more peace. If you come with crowd, we'll give you much more crowd. Yeah? And it looks like that statement came to bear yesterday at the Sani Abacha Stadium, where the crowd was something else. It was something else. I don't know, apart from football match, I don't know. Kano is another home for great football where people love to engage in soccer. But I don't know even if football in Kano, any game of football in Kano, has witnessed that crowd, that kind of crowd, because these people were also on the pitch at the time. Everywhere was full to the brim. In fact, the buses that were led into that place, you could hardly just see some of them. Some people had to carry each other just to ensure that they attended that inauguration swearing in yesterday of the governor of Kano State. And that was not just enough. The stage well built with some heavy trust. Those are very heavy trust. Ladies and gentlemen, it had to collapse, to give way, because there were a lot of people. And just minutes after it was going down, you could just see some people on top of it, and you're like, excuse me, are you supposed to be on that? No, you were not supposed to be on that, clearly. But the Kano State governor seems to be very happy. I mean, he also spoke to the crowd more like, thank you so much, thank you. And this put more pressure on the work that is expected to be done. And to go to one of the most funny and trending moment of that inauguration was where he was to sit down in the government house, and that funny issue happened. The seat the executive governor was to sit, he refused, as it was suspected to be the seat of his predecessor, and it looked back by himself, even while some of the policemen and one of the protocol were trying to get him another seat. No, man looked back and picked a seat by himself and pulled it forward and sat on it. More like, no, I don't want to have anything to do with my predecessor. I'm going to start my whole thing. And of course, you know how that built up the Konkosia movement to the NNPP and of course to the APC, the Ganduje-led government. But that's not enough. I don't know how the governor wants to pull this off, because there's a lot of reawakening and a lot of revocation and that going on. As I speak to you, just this morning, less than 24 hours after mounting the saddle of leadership, the Kano State Governor, Abba Kabir Yusuf, in the early hours of Tuesday, sacked the executive secretary of the state's Muslim Pilgrim Welfare Board. Alhaji Muhammad Abba Dambata was asked to go home to say no. The governor's spokesman, Sanusi Bature, who made this confirmation Tuesday morning via a press statement, also disclosed that the executive governor had approved the appointment of Alhaji Laminu Rabiu as the new executive secretary of the State Pilgrims Board. Also, the hammer fell on the chairman of the Pilgrim Board, who was replaced by Alhaji Yusuf Lawal this morning. Another prominent member of the board affected by the sack is the daughter of the late Islamic cleric, Sheikh Jafar Muhammad Adam. Malama Nana Aisha was also affected in that. The new members of the board are Sheikh Abbas Abubakar, Sheikh Shehu, there is also Muni Lawal, and the list goes on and ends with Aishatu Matawale and Dr. Sani Ashir. That is, when you talk about the Pilgrim Board, that is the people saddled with that responsibility. But let's go to Twitter, where it gets more interesting about the new governor of Kano State, and he's also speaking. And this is what he says from his official Twitter handle. It says, in line with our transition advisory, I am announcing today that all public places, assets that were immorally plundered and sold by the Ganduje administration should be taken over by law enforcement agencies pending the final decision of the government. So as we speak now, those in possession of those assets, those public places that were sold by the previous administration are to be taken over immediately by the law enforcement agencies. And it says, we have noticed that the last administration had sold lands in and around schools, religious and cultural sites, hospitals, clinic, graveyards, and green area, and it says along the city walls of Kano. We have also noted that they indiscriminately sold numerous other landed properties and assets belonging to Kano State's government within and outside the state to their cronies and agents. That's one. Now, this might interest a lot of people. And he says, earlier in my inaugural address, I stated that we cannot forget the case of our respected member and supporter, Abubakar Dadiyata. Remember that gentleman who went missing? Okay. It says, who was whisked away in broad daylight by unknown elements more than 3 years ago. the Kano state government will take up his case with all relevant security agencies in the country so as to rescue him and bring those responsible to justice. These are the words of the governor, the executive governor of Kano State, Abba Kabir Yusuf. I don't know if a lot of you remember that the gentleman he spoke about, yes, the gentleman he spoke about, talking about Abubakar Dadiyata, is actually the journalist who, was also more like some of the supporters of the APC government in Kano, the last administration of Kano, was more like, this guy is a pain in our head, our legs, and every other part of our body. So we just need to hush. We don't want this type of person around. But then again, recall that he went missing sometime in August 2019, when unidentified men seized him from his residence in Banar neighborhood of Kaduna State. And that's where we are. But looking at it critically, do you think the governor is treading in the right direction? Because a lot of people would also say, one will be thinking, would you not go straight into developmental issues instead of tying a lot of issues around the former administration? Don't forget, he also mentioned that he was going to probe the Ganduje-led administration. He's going to probe, how much was that again? I would confirm that amount and share with you. He was going to probe the administration for that kind of that kind of debt, of that kind of money. Why will this happen in our beloved state in Kano? This and many more the governor is looking at. But some people are also saying, what will it be for the people of Kano State when it comes to education, when it comes to security, and when it comes to development in Kano State? Of course, those of you who also know, Kano State is also a big hub for business development. A state who has housed people such as Dantata, people such as Dangote, and other people. I remember those very days in Kano when Kano used to be a very big hub of cottonseed business. I remember companies like Bebeji Oil, Radon Fadu Limited. Remember places like Nigeria Oil Mill, Nico Sweet, and the likes of that. Will the governor of Kano be bringing back some of these textile areas that have gone into some hiding in Kano? Some people will say, why don't you look at industrialization instead of looking at more like probing the last administration? You've got just 4 years to prove yourself to the people. And some people say time flies. Do you also agree that time waits for nobody? Just like you saw yesterday, the departure of the former president Muhammadu Buhari, and one would just look that 8 years just came to an end, just like that. A child who was born in 2016 is now 8 years old. And if you leave that child for another 2 years, that child will be on his way to secondary school, if not in secondary school already. So time is of essence. And is this how the Kano State government is looking at starting with a speed of light in terms of every other thing they need to do? I'll leave you to that this morning. Let's talk. 0700 951 0000. WhatsApp is 00 Whatever works for you this morning, work for me. Let's talk this morning. You can also join me via YouTube this morning at Nigeria Info, and Facebook, at Nigeria Info also. Let's talk, Abuja. Talk to me. I want to hear from you. What are your takes on some of this as we see the happenings of the inauguration? Some people were happy. Some people felt good. Some people felt okay. Other people are like, you know what? Yeah, there is no party market. There is no market that was saddled with a particular party's name on it to say, oh, this is APC market. So people who support PDP shouldn't go to that market. There is no price separation for those who did not support the ABC administration or the PDP, as it were, in some states. But we all go to the same market. Our children will have to go to the same school. When I mean the same school is that they would pay whatever amount any school is charging. No school would tell you, oh, is your father an APC member or a PDP member? Okay, if he bring his membership card, attach it to your admission form, and you get a 50% discount. That has never happened, and I don't think that would happen. So the field queues today, just like Justice of Peace mentioned, anybody on any field queue today, regardless of whatever party you support, whether Labour Party, whether PDP, APC, or across the 18 party, yeah? If you have to buy fuel, you have to buy fuel. That's it. Talk to me this morning. You're welcome to the show. Let's talk. Let's talk Kano State inauguration this morning. Hello, good morning to you. Yes.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Happy new government.
You're welcome. Let's talk. Amen to that.
Thank you. This is Adeomi calling. I agree to all the callers. The previous one and those who call after me. I think you asked a good question. Abagida should let Ganduje speak. All this point is just like a waste of time. You get that? If you want to use 4 years to do probe, remember, Ganduje have men in the government. You cannot chase all of them out. They will make government of government for you. I want to use that media also to advise people to let's go all these foreign ministers, let them go. Because the problem of a thing will not yield any result. I bet let's move on. We don't want to go backward. The backward that we can say we will go to is like when our rice is 8,000, when fuel is like a 700 per liter. We don't want to go back to where we'll be talking about they will trust me. Because of that, let me go and mobilize some board government to make the government ungovernable. It should just move on. They are all friends before. All these things that he's saying yesterday, now a lot of people in Kano will be jubilating. They forget that they are all friends. In the next couple of months now, we will sit on the fence. They will be the same thing. Either Gandhi thought I want to work, Abagida will be the chairman of occasion. Kwankwaso will be the father of the day. It has happened between Buhari and Atiku. We that we are celebrating them. Where did they put us? God bless Nigeria. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Adomi, your point there. Hello, good morning to you. Hello? Okay.
Sir.
Yes, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. How are you today?
I'm very well, sir.
My name is Abdul Ibrahim from Maraba.
You're welcome. Let's talk.
Yes, I love Adeomi Daniel for what he's saying today. You know why? I don't know what is happening to our people. You are just coming. You want to probe. Why your own government? You know what your own government is going to do? Going to happen to you? Continue do your work. Do your own and leave the rest for those people that are coming, my brother. God bless Nigeria. Although I don't want to call against however, because I'm an old man, I don't want sentiment and religion, something that always happens. But what I hear, what is good, I always support it. Thank you. God bless Nigeria. I'm blessed Nigeria.
Thank you. I appreciate you, sir. And I was also saying about the probe. The new governor of Kano State vowed to launch a probe into the 241 billion naira debt inherited from his successor, Abdullahi Ganduje. Yeah, that's it. That's the figure, 241 billion naira. Let's go back to the phone line. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, good morning. NFB.
Yes, sir.
This is Chinedu from Maraba.
You're welcome, Chinedu. Let's talk.
NFB, the problem for Nigerians is I don't know why we cannot be stable. You see, this man comes into government from another party. You are asking him to carry everything along that man did. Whether the one he did wrong and the one he did right. It's not focused. NFB, how can we work without correcting the wrong? It's not like what is happening in this fuel subsidy now. Government is transferring the burden to the public. Instead of facing the reality on ground, the reality on ground is that the fuel subsidy is full of corruption. There's no willing to fight the corruption. So you are not transferring it to the citizen. And I want to ask you, during the time of Obasanjo, Yar'Adua to Jonathan. Nigeria was subsiding 3 things: grazing, diesel, and the fuel. And if I can recall, the last time I checked, I don't believe from Obasanjo to Yar'Adua, there is no part up to $400 billion in the year, so $400 billion naira in the year. Google it and check now. Up to Jonathan, the 3 things they are subsiding. But now the other administration subsiding with almost 3 trillion in half year, and they do not ask questions. Are we consuming that thing that this man subsiding?
All right.
So the question now is that how can you ask Abba not to check the things that this man did wrong? So I fight before it begin work. How can it work?
Okay.
There are some people planted in this administration that if it's not right of them, there is no way you can perform.
All right, let's leave it at that with you.
Without clearing the ground, it's not possible.
Okay. Thank you. I appreciate it. It says no, he can't start work without clearing the ground. He can't continue with what he was doing if he doesn't checkmate what has been done. Hello, good morning to you.
Once again, Effizy.
Yes, sir.
I remember myself, Abubakar Ali, aka Tinubu Pekin, calling from PW Kubwa.
You're welcome.
His Excellency Engineer Abba Kabir Yusuf. I think I love the energy he started with.
Okay.
But he must channel those energies into the right channel, so it doesn't end up, creating more problem than the ones we already have. If you want to revoke any land, then you have to ask those with genuine papers, right? You have to compensate them because you cannot be. Maybe some cronies of the ex-governors got land and others got through legitimate means. Then you combine all of them. It's not done that. Governance is not done that way. And I'm sorry to say, Your Excellency, from what I can see from yesterday, I can see temperament. I can see personal vendetta. Mr. Effizy, go and check the debt profile is Oga Engineer Dr. Musa Konkoso left for Ganduje in 2015. It is about the same debt profile Ganduje left for them. So if you want to probe Ganduje on debt, then his Oga will be pulled into that too. Remember, Ganduje and Konkoso, they are conjoined twins. Forget about the hoopla going on the surface. So that on that. Engineer Abba Kabir, those crowd at Sani Abacha's at Kofa Mata Stadium is not for joke. So please deliver the dividend of democracy to the good people of Kano State and by extension, my local government, Minjibur local government. We'll be waiting to see 100 in my local government.
Your local government is where?
Minjibur local government in Kano State. And I want him to complete the 1 kilometer road that His Excellency is Oga started and did not finish. He can help us complete it.
I wanted to just tell you that in Minjibri, if there is one thing people of Minjibri need is the completion of that road. Because after you pass Hadeja Road and face Minjibri,
you know, say for the people who say they lie, thank God say you know the road.
Thank you.
You know the fake billionaire, and today I believe.
Because I know that place. I know that place very well.
Yes. That's my local government. My mom is from Niger, my dad is from, so I have 2 states, Niger and Kano.
All right, thank you. Appreciate you.
Yeah, thank you.
We'll say this to go on a quick commercial break. The advert are waiting for your listening pleasure, and that's the way we make our own very urgent 2K to make sure that we are in business. Because, of course, we're your Let's Talk station. If we're not here, who would you talk to? Nobody, right? Thank you so much. Stay with me. I'll be right back after the break. Don't go anywhere.
This is Nigeria Info.
My name is Elder Emma Okoro. I'm interested in rebuilding my nation, and so I have to join the beginning of cleaning of the environment. The Gariki environment here is totally filthy and unhealthy for our people. So when Mayor Fortune decided that Abuja should come out. I decided to join because it's for the good of our people, our children, our wives, and our families. That's why I'm part of this group, so that I'll be part of those who have started the journey to rebuild Nigeria.
In case you are wondering, well, my name is Fortune. I'm the mayor of the FCT, and I am excited about this initiative. I believe it's going to be a big one. This is the first of many who are coming to your area very soon. So we expect you to come out. We expect you to put your hands on the plow. It's high time we stop complaining. Let's get something done. If the government is refusing to do it, or they are overwhelmed because they can't do everything, let's do what we can do, and then we hold them accountable for the rest. I think that's what this is about. It's not about politics, not about anybody. It's about people coming out to do what they believe they can do to help their society and the environment at large. That's the thrust for us, and that is why we are here. I'm excited, and I thank you for joining us. Thank you so much.
This is Nigeria Info.
Nigeria Info.
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 This is Nigeria Info.
I see them. Lots of calls we couldn't take because of the advert at the time. But right now, let's go on. It's Jeromino from Duce. Says, I wonder why subsidy. Okay, this is talking on that earlier conversation, so we'll just move from there. Good morning, Sir L. Osh from Abuja. Greetings to all Abuja residents. Truth be told, Nigerians are tired of these long speeches. It's time for our newly appointed leaders to have an action plan on ground. Sir L. just came in from the market, and people are already scared of what will happen to prices of goods. Great show. Samson Isa from Suleja says, okay, this is not for this time. Okay, also this is not for this time. Let's go here. All right, and Pelumi from Wusetu says, Sahel, history has shown that politics of personal vendetta doesn't end well, and it's a waste of time and resources. The newly sworn-in governor of Kano State, toeing the path of hurting his predecessor in office, is heading to the rock and may fail woefully than those they want to witch hunt. I urge the national leader of the NNPP, Kwankwaso, to advise the newly governor and focus on governance rather than politics of personal vendetta. All of the governor, or do you mean all? Okay. The governor, Kabir Gida has started with a negative and does not suggest he is in office for governance, but for a payback. His action is very divisive, and capable of causing unrest in the already heated state politics. Okay, I urge him to believe or to behave like a leader and stop the drama of inciting. Pelumi from Wusetu had that written in this morning. All right. Good morning, Sahel. I just want to congratulate our new president. I want to plead to him to carry everyone along. Let the power be centralized. Let the leadership positions should be shared among all the regions for him to get it right. Let there be a platform for the masses to reach out to the presidential office where we could express how we are feeling. For the poor citizens. Finally, let him please release Nnamdi Kano, who court has set free for the sake of peace in our country. God bless Nigeria. This is from Chinelo, lover of Nigeria Info. Let's go back to the phone line and take some of your comments right now. Let's see, is anyone saying anything on YouTube that I see? None that I see for now, but let's take some calls via WhatsApp this morning. Hello, good morning to you.
Morning, the billionaire.
Yes, sir.
I remember my humble serve the justice of peace. I bring peace.
You're welcome.
The billionaire, I see our politicians. I don't know if I should call them drama or Nollywood actors. Now, you have been voted in. The people have trusted you and give you the mandate to govern them, to change their situation for good. I think it doesn't stop you probing the past government. But in your inauguration speech, just as Effizy says, your words and your idea, your speech should be the speech that will make the people to go back and begin to have good dreams and sleep with two eyes closed and resurrect their dead hope that indeed the good era has come. Are you getting what I mean, sir? What does you need to probe the past government? Do you need to come on the media? No, you call on the security people. We want them to probe. They begin to do the investigation and do the probing. It can be going on, but what should matter to you as a leader is the welfare of those who have voted you into power. When our politicians want to fool us, they begin to bring issues that has no head, no tail into the front liner in order to fool Nigeria. It should focus on those who are voting, It should change their lifestyle. It should reduce the debt that is on ground. It should work on it. That should be a credit to him. Have a blessed day, sir.
All right, thank you. And also, the executive governor of Kano is also speaking to say, my first port of call after inauguration yesterday was the Kiru Reformatory School, which will be fully reopened soon for the purpose of rehabilitating drug addicts. Drug addicts. And it says, due to the persistent cases of armed robbery, especially phone snatching and other violent crimes being perpetrated on the street of our state, we have reformed and we have formed a special task force to fight phone snatching and other street crimes. This task force compromises of teams from law enforcement agencies and mobile courts that would work together to clear our streets of these criminals and bring all of them to justice swiftly. That's what the governor of Kano is also saying. And if you look, if you know Kano very well, when it comes to issues around drug addict, is one call that, one would also say the executive governor of Kano has also told a very, very, very good line. Yeah. Drug abuse in Kano. So to talk about him opening up a reformatory school to rehabilitate drug addicts, that's a right step in the right direction. Yes. And those of us who know Kano very well would also say a big thumbs up on that, because that is one place we need drug addiction to be completely off. And in fact, completely off, not even low, completely off, because it's on the right side, high side. And when I talk about it, it does not just catch up with one gender. It cuts across both gender, both male and female. Let's go back and take some of your calls right now. Hello, good morning to you.
The Billionaire Nage Sheka.
Nage Sheka, sir.
Justice of Peace, I greet you. Tinubu bikin karka damu hanyar minjibir an gyara kenan, an gyara ba matsala. Wannan gwamnatin za ta gyara hanyar nan, karka damu. Most especially, I want to greet the listeners and callers of this radio station. For what is happening in Abba Gida Gida, honestly, if we are running a race, some people will be clapping and some people will be wooing. You can't just stay and say, why are you people wooing me? The other people will be going. Yes, we know that there's huge corruption there. If he's to fight corruption, just like Justice P, he doesn't have to announce it. Even the former president now try to fight the corruption. Do you remember the story of the... Hello?
Yes, I'm with you, Salasi.
The former accountant general that was allegedly stole a huge amount of money. Where is the man? He's in his house enjoying with his family. You remember the former governor, Joshua Daria and Reverend Johnny Nyami? They are home enjoying with their family. So in the aspect of fighting all this thing, he like Tinubu begins rightly say, he was the he worked with former Kwankwaso. So the most important thing is to fight this drug addict in Kano. Like you rightly say, both gender. Sometimes you see them with the bottle of soft drink. What is there? It's not the soft drink.
Yes.
It's something different.
Yes.
Both male and female, you need them. So he should use that, he should fight that. You can see the snatching of one. They have been killing many youth in Kano. They will collect phone and stop person. Instead of them to even collect the phone and let the person be. No, they will kill the person. He should concentrate on Kano people and do his fight quietly, not announcing. Nagodi.
Thank you. All right, Salasi there with his opinion. Let's go on the phone line. Hello, good morning. Oh, sorry about that. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, my brother.
Yes, sir.
My name is Haruna. I'm calling you from Bangladesh.
Haruna, the king.
The king will go last tomorrow. My king will start next tomorrow. I think that the renewal, what I call renewal.
Try.
Just as last, especially that phone snatcher, they bring Wahala for Kano seriously. After the phone, they will kill somebody because of phone. Collect the phone and go and leave the person. They will not do it. Smart person. Make the man just set committee, as just as he said. People that will be monitoring those things. Not to say they don't know them, but to tell them, now this one. They have, that's why they cannot even be able to get it. If not, they know those boys that are doing this. Honestly, let them find seriously to settle that thing. If you concentrate on that Kano, clean the Kano, all those mess will happen before make it reduce. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you. I appreciate you. Hello, good morning to you.
Yes, good morning, Mr. Dr. Femidi.
My name is Effizy, the billionaire.
Sorry. That's my mistake.
Yeah.
Yes. Mr. Effizy.
Yes, sir. You didn't say your name, sir.
Yes, I can hear you.
You didn't say your name.
Okay, my name is Omotayo, calling from Ganadimawa.
You're welcome.
Okay, now, yes, just like my big brother Salasi and Justice of Peace, nobody fights corruption by announcing beforehand that I'm coming for you corruption. Like it's just like telling a criminal that we are coming to raid your house tomorrow, and you expect to meet the criminal at home. It doesn't work like that. As a government, just like Buhari's daughter said, her father is the silent achiever. Achieve the fight for criminality silently. You don't give out your information and you expect to get victory. These people will plan and wait for you. And then secondly, Dr. Effizy,
yes,
you will agree with me that on the issue of this fuel scarcity currently that we are currently noticing now everywhere, it is as a result of the announcement. Now, subsidy was not removed like people are saying. I mean, I've overheard several persons calling and saying, well, the subsidy was not removed by President Tinubu. It was removed in the other administration. They didn't make arrangement for it. Yes, we agree. But was that a sensitive announcement? The announcement for it was kind of not very good for the hearing, because that was what triggered this case.
But truth is, Amotayo, truth is, yes. I think, and this is my personal opinion, I think it was an audacious step, and these are the reasons. Because whether we like it or not, the announcement was going to come. Truth, because it was not in the supplementary budget for June. So where will they do any subsidy from? It's just that, I mean, it's just more like what we've been planning. You have come to execute it. That's the way I see it, to be honest.
Go to the NFPC.
Yes, sir.
Truth be told, you slap people obviously with such a statement on their face. Of course, okay. Do you think? Yes, I agree with you that it will definitely come. But do you think the scarcity would have started by today? I mean, by even yesterday? It would not have. This is something that you would have waited for this thing to announce itself by itself when the time comes for the subsidy to be paid, and it's not paid.
But you know, Omotayo, you know that some of these things, it's some of us that amplify some of these things. And let me tell you the funny part. When they say, I mean, we're looking at June, and already some filling stations are already closing their gates against motorists to come in, and they start building up this thing. Why can't they just wait till that time? You know,
that's the problem. That's the problem. Okay, now, even when they were supposed, I remember sometimes, I mean, when they were supposed to be selling at a certain price, DPR, who are supposed to go around, to push on this effect and ensure that these people sell at the exact prices, they didn't go around. Nobody is doing the job. So, that is fact. I just see, I pray and I mourn that for the effect of this, because fuel affects almost every other.
Of course.
Food, every other thing, life, everything, movement, and all of that. Let's just watch and see.
All right, thank you, Omota. Thank you. Let's now jump on WhatsApp where some messages are here waiting. Good morning, Sir El. My words to the governor of Kano is to focus on the job. That's distraction he wants to trade on. Nothing wrong with probing. He doesn't have time for that. Molix sends that in via WhatsApp this morning. Good morning, Effizy. EFCC is waiting for Ganduje. We have not forgotten Gandola. Contract scam. He can run but cannot hide. Ambassador Afam sends that in via WhatsApp this morning. And Comrade Dare in Abuja says fuel scarcity suffering has started. Okay, I think this was from our other conversation. So we move. We're looking at Kano State as it were right now. Chima from Apo says, good morning, Sir El. The new governor of Kano should think delivering his campaign promises to the people that elected him to office. He should block all the loopholes for looting. Going after his predecessor will be a distraction to him. Okay? And why are politicians always happy when the policy is overheated? My opinion is most of them need rehabilitation. All they do is abuse politics. You see politicians in Africa and Nigeria, most especially, are blind to the truth. Okay, and where do we go from here? Another message I see here. I have a question. Isn't it possible for filling stations to sanction hoarding. That's another conversation. And also, I commend the Kano State government for wanting to fight drug abuse. Sir L, this fight should be nationwide because drug abuse is almost like drinking tea these days. I agree with you, and it is at that point we also will commend the NDLEA for always doing their best, especially for some of the arrests that we see at the airports. Reason I don't just understand, because it looks like it's an everyday thing that the NDLEA is arresting people for drug abuse or drug trafficking, but we still see them come again. And that also goes to want to know, what are the cases like? What are the times like? If they are in court, what's the judge like? Should we have a prerequisite mark to say if you are caught trafficking drug, maybe so amount of years, maybe that will make people deter from doing this. But like you said, Osh, yeah, it's a nationwide campaign. But if the governor of Kano State is saying this, it means he also knows how serious it is in the state. Let's go back to take some calls. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning.
Oh, sorry about that. Please call back. Hello, good morning to you.
Good morning, sir. Effizy.
Good morning to you, sir.
The billionaire.
Yes, sir.
What's happening in Abuja?
Oh, that's what I'm talking about.
Yes, sir. Effizy. This is Pablo Money.
Pablo Money is here.
Currently calling from NMPC Towers.
You're welcome.
Thank you so much. Yes. Concerning this policy, this forced scarcity of a thing.
No, we've moved on past the fuel scarcity. I mean, we're talking about Kano State governor and some of the roadmap. Yes.
Yeah. What probing the previous government in Kano State? I don't know. It's a good thing. You know, this is what other governments should be doing, because once we start putting like these disciplinary measures to our predecessors, you know, many of them will sit up in office. It's because once you do anything, you can get away with it. That is why you see people that will just come and act anyhow. So I think what he's doing is welcome development. He's still with the Nigerians. We say, okay, why don't you probe this person for embezzling funds and all that? Now he's doing the right thing, and we are here saying they should move on. No, he shouldn't move on. He should probe them. EFCC to investigate all those seats and all going, and that's what they should even do to, I think, because all those money borrowed, seriously, they need to give accounts for all those money they borrowed and what they do with it, so that any government that is coming, I think the cost of governance court, not the people suffering, we have suffered too much when it's coming.
All right, thank you, Pablo.
I was thinking maybe what the president will even say yesterday is that to cut the cost of governance. So please, all right, thank you.
Thank you, Pablo Money. Thank you. Appreciate you. Salasi says, you can't close your shop and start chasing armed robbers, but you can protect yourself and the shop. Salasi. Hello, good morning to you. All right. Hello, good morning to you. Hello.
Yeah, good morning. Can you hear me?
Good morning to you. I can hear you. Your name and where you're calling from.
Yes, my name is Frank. I'm calling from Kubwa.
All right. You're welcome, Frank, from Kubwa.
Yes, my take is that the reason why there are so much evil in Nigeria is that there are no consequences. People do things and get away with it. So for me, when we start having, like in America, everybody knows there are crimes there, there are bad things happening there, but you are sure that you are not going to get away. If you go to shoot somebody in a school, like school shooting, you know that if after shooting you must be caught. You cannot get away with it. So, and that is why it looks as if their place is better than our place. But it's not as if they don't have crimes there, but there are punishments, there are consequences. But in Nigeria, everything goes. We say, just let it go and continue moving on. How can you continue moving on? 241 billion debt left for you. You let's assume this man come and add another 241 billion, making it 400 or 500 something billion, leaving it for another government.
482.
Then you keep piling up debt for people who did not participate in eating the money. Like we have in Nigeria today, a debt of 80-something billion. That me, I did not take one dime from it, but I am paying daily for it, even through this first subsidy removal. I know what I've been passing through this morning today because of money that people have eaten, and there are no consequences. And people say we should just leave it. That is the problem we have in this country. Until we start challenging the processes and the actions of people, we start holding them to account.
All right, thank you.
Never work well. But if we start holding people down, you see people being afraid of doing bad things. People will start working well.
Thank you.
That's my take.
I appreciate you for your take there. Hello, good morning to you.
Hello, boss.
Good morning to you, sir.
Good morning. Baba, how about you now?
Good.
Happy New Week.
Yes, Yomi, you're welcome. You're welcome, Yomi. Yes, sir.
Well, let me start by saying congratulations to Nigerians. There is no issue. There was a successful transfer of government from one civilian to another civilian. We give God the glory for that. For the issue of Kano, for me, better invest more in the institution.
Okay.
Let the institution do the needful. Go underground and do what I call due diligence, and let that agency that's in charge of anything that involves corruption do their job. As for the issue of drugs, I know Kano very, very well, Effizy. The kind of thing those people they take, if you take 1 month, it can't work. It's crazy. But for me, you should just walk on the ground and stop, because it's like me telling you that, Effizy, I'm coming to beat you today in your house. And if I meet you there, I'll go to deal with you. You wait for me. I won't.
Thank you, Yomi.
Have a good day.
Thank you. I appreciate you, Yomi. Thank you for calling. Thank you. All right. And let's see. Can we squeeze in one more call? Hello. Good morning to you.
Hello. Good morning.
Yes. Good morning to you, sir.
Jackson on the line.
Sorry. Say that again, sir.
Jackson on the line.
You're welcome. Let's talk.
There is an update in Igbo language. They say, Mmadi share them conquering them which means a knife that has head is not sharp. The one that is sharp does not have head. So, this, what is happening, both like what we said in Kano, and people say we are the cause of our problem. If the knife that has head is not sharp, then the one that does not have head is sharp. Then who is doing it? Is it not the same knife? I just want to leave it at that. So take that adage and know what I mean.
It's okay. Thank you. Appreciate you. There's so much to talk about, but time doesn't look like it's on our side on this end. I must really appreciate all of you for your contributions, the phone call, the WhatsApp messages, and all of the calls. Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you. And of course, some of you have agreed that the governor is on the right track. I mean, how can you move forward when you don't settle some of those backlog? And some of you have said, no, he should move on and concentrate and make sure he delivers his promise to the people who elected him in. And a lot of you have also said is in the right direction when it comes to drug abuse. Yeah, very the right direction. But people like Osh has also said it should be an extension. It should be a nationwide campaign when it comes to drug abuse. But then again, NDLEA also saddled with that responsibility, doing the best they can do, to be honest. Yeah, but then what are those stringent punishment to ensure that people do not come back again? Because it looks like every day at the airports, whether at the park or at some of our highway, the NDLEA is arresting people with different kind of substance, but you see them again coming. Leave it at that. Let's go for a commercial break. My name is Effizy, and this here, let's talk.
This is Nigeria Info.